I'm here with my good friend Garrett, and hey Garrett.
Hey, how's it going, Tony?
So we've got an interesting instrument here. It's something, a relic from the past, and so Garrett, tell us all about it.
Well, this is a lap steel made probably somewhere between 1945 and 1950 by a New Zealand sheet metal worker. It was his trade. Of course, we could never get things like Fenders and Gibsons here because of import restrictions, and so this chap Bunny Milne, who was an enterprising Kiwi, built these things, and they look like he's built them in his garage in Taihape, but they work fabulously well. Excuse me, I'm picking up tools here. They work fabulously well, and look, this is really interesting, this pickup here.
This is what we call in the film industry doing the pickups.
So here's the pickup, and it's made by, it looks like he's got some wire that's about 10 times thicker than you'd use on a modern guitar pickup, and it's like he's got his hand and wrapped it around his hand until he had a coil, and then got this old black insulation tape, it's sort of a pitch-covered insulation tape we used to have years ago, wrapped around it, and then he's made up the magnet by forming this U-shaped piece of sheet metal running through here, and then inserting two square magnets into the ends of it to create the magnetism. He's tapped it with a Whitworth tap, I would say, and put these 1/4-inch bolts through here and chopped the heads off. And then they're slotted from the underside. You can get to it from the underside with a screwdriver and adjust the pole pieces. Whoops, that is magnetic, isn't it? So here's the wiring for it all, and then it's just basic, a volume and a tone, but these old-fashioned pots that even back in the late 60s when I was servicing radios and things, I don't even recall seeing anything like this. So they're probably, 1940 stuff and that. Old wax-filled capacitor running across here to the tone control. It's probably stuff now, but we'll leave it there because it's all original. So this is the cover plate for it, and this is probably where his trade comes into play. This is quite clever. It's made out of a separate piece of metal, all soldered together, and these grooves pressed into it on obviously some sort of metalworking machine of a bygone era, and that fits on here, covers up the whole shebang. And then the string anchor and pickup cover, and Mr. Milne must have made perhaps wooden carvings or something of these pieces, and then he took them to a foundry and had them cast. So and I've seen 3 of these now, and they all have a different shape to them, so he didn't just settle for one pattern, although they're the same design, but they're not interchangeable. He's cut out these tiny little circles out of metal and had them probably polished up and plated. So he's had a whole bunch of these up through the neck here, and a few of them have fallen out now. Each of those letters, it's not pressed into there, each of those letters is cut out of little bits of sheet metal and then probably silver soldered onto the backing plate. They're a work of art. Would you like to see the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, well this is one I prepared earlier on. We'll just shift this. And this has been in the oven baking now for the last hour. And it's beautifully done. Now look at this one, isn't this a cutie? So basically the same style with this cast bit, and as you can see there's some slight differences there. Real period sort of knobs. You could imagine these on your Atwater Kent radio or something. And I searched the internet to see if this name popped up, and I think I might have found a Gretsch model or something that had been a Royal, could be wrong on that, but certainly it was nothing like this, and it just smacked of something made in New Zealand. It looked really Kiwi, and it wasn't until I found the next one that I found out that it was the same as the Commodore, but just with a different name to be sold in a different outlet.
little bit of New Zealand history. See you again next time.